Hello, my name is Noelle Movsesian, and I am doing my book talk on books for teens that encourage creativity and that will further reading skills. The first book I want to share with you is called Go, A Kid's Guide to Graphic Design by Chip Kidd. This is a great book for teachers to use not only in a school setting, but they could also be used in a library setting. Students can use these books, students who are interested in graphic design, working with art projects, and doing things that will further creativity and learning. In this book, you will learn things such as scale, image quality, patterns, and other things, but you'll have to read this book to find out what else is in this book for teens to learn about. For graphic design, students can learn skills that they can use in advertising, creating posters, brochures, magazines, things like that. And it's good for teens to develop creativity and to use creative skills in learning because it's fun and it's good for them to be creative and to enjoy learning that way. So this is one book, and I would encourage teens to check this book out and to see what they can learn and learn skills that they could even use in the future one day if they get a job maybe with graphic design and creating. This book could be a good starting point for teens to be engaged with creativity and art and find out that they really enjoy that. The second book I want to talk about is called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, and this is by William Kimkwamba and Brian Mueller. And this is a nonfiction title and is a great read for teens. It's based off of a true story and is about a boy named William that's growing up in Malawi, Africa during the time of the famine, the big famine. And food wasn't as, they didn't have as much food as they used to have, and it was a really difficult time for he and his family. William had heard about windmills, or he had read about them, and he dreamed of building one that he could bring to his little village. And he visited libraries and was always learning and was just curious to know why things worked the way they did. And I think this is a great book for teens to listen, to read, and to find out what happened in the story, to see what the outcome was. And I feel like teens could also relate to the story, maybe not the exact setting that William's family was in, like his situation, but just different life situations that teens go through. They could read this book and maybe be encouraged and to, be encouraged and to think about like how can they use their creative minds and their thinking and what can they invent and go after the ideas that they have thought about. So this is a great read for teens, and also teens might find this book also interesting because there's also a film that has come out about this book, and so teens might enjoy watching that on TV as well. And the third book I want to talk about is called A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline Lee Engle, and this is a science fiction book, and teens might find this really interesting to read because it's about a girl and her father that her father has gone, is missing. She doesn't know where he is, where he's gone. And in the book, she, Meg, the girl in the story, goes along with her brother and then her friend, and they travel to different worlds and experience different things that you would experience in a science fiction book. And so this book is an example of that, and students can be creative in their thinking as they think about the story, as they're reading and they're visualizing and they're thinking about it in their minds. And they can gain ideas from this book if they were to create their own short story or book that was based on science fiction. So they would might find this to be an interesting read. And in order to find out what happened to Meg's dad, if they found him, if they didn't find him, or you know, what happened in the end, teens will have to read this book to find out. And there's also a film on this book too. And teens might find that really interesting, to not only have a book to read on this science fiction book, but to also have a movie to see as well. Can tie it together, and they might find that really fun and interesting. So, just to recap, the 3 books that I have prepared for this book talk for teens is the Go, A Kid's Guide to Graphic Design by Chip Kidd, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind by William Kamwamba and Brian Wheeler, and A Wrinkle in Time by Madeline Lee Engel. These 3 books are books that can encourage teens to be creative in their thinking, in their learning, and even in their writing. And I think teens would enjoy these books and can further their critical thinking skills and reading skills, and learn a lot and enjoy these books. Thank you for watching.